growing up, you were actually a backup dancer, right?
Yes, that's right. So I started dancing, doing bhangra dancing since I was 8 years old, which was going to school and having friends that were interested in the same thing. So I ended up joining the group, and um, it took a few years to learn and get the gist of it. And then we decided to do music videos. So we formed a group called Baleshava, and we were doing so many. I think I was like 15, no, 14 years old when I started doing that.
Wow.
So very young. You probably catch me in some videos with braces and quite chubby and completely different, but it's like my growing up stage, which is quite cool. Um, and it was just a really fun experience doing something like that at that age. It's not something I planned to do, but I fell into it and I fell in love with it.
So can you name some of the music videos we would see you? Because everyone's gonna now go back and watch. You know that,
Uh,
right?
so I need to think now. So there's PBN Fit Demo where I'm wearing a blue silver suit.
Okay.
What else is there? There is uh, it's gone off my head now.
Okay. After this
Should have
interview,
made a
send me
list.
some of the links. Then I'll post the link so people can go back and
Yeah.
watch it because that would be really
All
cool to
right.
see a 14-year-old you dancing behind some artists. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll put together some links for you to share.
That'd be amazing. So then when you were doing that, what were you thinking your future looked like?
I mean, it was just a side hobby. So I was still studying. I was still in school. So it was literally just a hobby. Twice a week I'd train, and I just really enjoyed it. Not thinking that I was going to do it professionally or anything like that. I was literally going with the flow and just enjoying the whole experience. So at that age, I never had anything planned out. Literally
Oh, you had
nothing.
no idea, like, okay, after I graduate, this is what I want to be when I grow up. You had no idea.
I always wanted to sing.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I always envisioned myself being on stage and singing and all this stuff, but not actually thinking it would actually come true.
Then let's talk about actually then getting your big break.
At the back of dancing and music videos, I met PBN, and it was actually for the Fig Demo video where he heard me singing whilst I went to the bathroom, and I walked out with one of my fellow dancers, and PBN came up and he's like, "Who was that singing just then?" And my friend was like, "Is Bambi?" And I was like, "No, it wasn't." I was so shy, like I would never sing in front of anyone. And I still get quite shy now, to be fair. But he was like, "You've got such a good voice." He's like, "I'm actually looking to sign people because I need some fresh people to work with." And I was like, "Don't lie." I was like, "Okay, then, okay." he so then we organized a meeting. I think I was around 16 years old at this time, and we were just talking about how we can move forward, what what kind of artist I want to be, because I was training in gospel and soul R&B. That was always my forte. So I said to him that I've never sang a Punjabi song in my whole life, so I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm ready to give it a go. And then we got into the studio. He had some lyrics ready. He had a beat ready, and he said, "I want you to sing this song." So I took some time to relearn it, listening to Miss Pooja and how they sing, because singing in Punjabi is completely different to English.
Mhm.
So there's a lot I had to learn, but I picked it up really quickly, which was good. So the whole experience was amazing. And then signing my first deal with PBN was actually like, I was smiling every day, thinking, "This is it. This is it." It was amazing.
Yeah. So then what was it like? So he discovers you, he launches you,
Mhm.
and then you go from just
Yeah.
a shy girl who's basically behind the scenes, kind of in the music videos, to now suddenly being front and center. That was that an easy transition for you?
It was, I think it was, I had to learn so much along the way, because as an artist and being so young and naive, you're not meant to know it all. So there's a lot I've learned in the industry. Um, but I guess because I was always used to performing and I loved entertaining people, it was more of an enjoyable experience. So I was literally going with the flow, really accepting to learn, and that's it. It felt like home to me. So when I perform on stage, it literally felt like this is what I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
It's just felt real.
Do you remember your first big performance? Like, what was it like?
My first big, well, my first big tour abroad was in San Jose in America. That I will never forget. I remember when we got there, we got to the hotel, and I was by myself. I dropped on the bed and I was crying, like with happiness, just thinking, what the hell? Like, I'm 17, I'm in San Jose. Beyonce is actually performing at the opposite venue.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so it was just like a really weird experience. And I was like, thank you, God, thank you. I was like, it was just such a good feeling knowing that, wow, I've really come a long way and I'm living my dream.